Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys. Well, I know that today we have an earlier Vanderpump Rules recap. So thank you to everyone who joined us. And if you did not join us, then make sure you're back a part of the replay crew. Of course, you guys know Jason made the dirty bitch cocktail, whatever that is, last night for the Vanderpump Rules after party. And right now we're back to talk about James Kennedy and his Watch What Happens Live appearance. So before we jump in, do all of the YouTube stuff, smash that like button, get notified, get subscribed. Let's get into this.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so this is interesting to me first. Before we start in on the Watch What Happens Live interview, I just wanted to mention a little bit about this because it looks like, well, Tom Sandoval is still denying on camera, not thinking that this was going to catch up with him, his affair with Raquel. Now, if you guys didn't watch last night's episode, you definitely have to go back and watch it. But Tom Sandoval denied ever being physical with Raquel in the midst of their months-long affair on Wednesday's episode of Vanderpump Rules. A producer Jerry, asked the bar owner during his confessional, has anything physical ever happened between you and Raquel? And you guys, if you watch the episode, you would see that he's absolutely squirming. He does not have like a straightforward answer. He has the shit-eating grin and the true narcissistic way of doing things and answering a question when you know you're lying. That's exactly how he answered it. Hold on. It keeps going. This is what he said. No, nothing has happened between Raquel and I. Like nothing that wouldn't happen between, like me and Katie Maloney. That's crazy because Katie Maloney's not copping up to sleeping with you anytime soon. But Sandoval's response came after several members of his friend group questioned why he was previously spotted hanging out with Raquel by himself at the Abbey. James Kennedy's girlfriend, Allie Luber, was the one who originally saw the weird interaction. And that was the reason why, well, all of the women were talking about it. All of the ladies on the show were talking about it because Allie saw it. So did James. But James even admitted on Watch What Happens Live that when he saw it, he didn't think anything of it. And apparently neither did Ariana until the time came. It's annoying Katie would say something like that, Sandoval said. It's not just insulting, but it's insulting to me and Ariana. So it's like double insulting. Yeah. Well, you sound like a fool. Now, elsewhere in the episode, Sandoval, who had already shared at least one magnetic kiss with Raquel, I love the clever play, thank you, page 6, dubbed the allegations funny when a distraught Sheena Shea told him that Katie said that Raquel's now going after Sandoval. He said, at the fucking Abbey, we know everybody there. It's not a place where I would take a secret fucking rendezvous. Now, Katie later defended herself after her words got twisted that Ariana and Sandoval were in an open relationship, explaining that she meant that the duo that they don't have roles for each other in the relationship. I think to clarify what she was trying to say was the fact that they don't keep tabs on each other. At this point in the relationship, they trusted each other. It's like, oh, if you're at the Abbey till 1 a.m., go do your thing, Tom Sandoval, with your cigarettes and whatever else you got going on. Just go do it. She wasn't keeping tabs because she trusted him. And like he said in his cringy Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast, episode, interview, whatever you want to call it, he's like, I don't know if, she just was not paying attention or if she just trusted me. Well, yeah, that's what somebody normally does in a decade-long relationship, Sandoval. But okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if Tom and Ariana do have an open relationship, Ariana knows nothing about it. And she also slams Sandoval as very manipulative. But speaking of last night's episode, we went on for the after party right after, so we didn't have time to talk about the James Kennedy of it all, and that's exactly what I want to get into because James Kennedy made an appearance and he did not disappoint. James said that he was shocked at the affair when he was asked by Andy Cohen, absolutely shocked, gobsmacked, did not see it coming, and then he said at the Abbey he didn't think anything about Tom and Raquel. It was all of the girls. It was the girls who came up with this whole, there must be something bigger going on, but he didn't believe it because this is a very incestuous group at the end of the day. So why would he? He said he did watch Tom's Howie interview and it was painful and almost too much to watch. He said even the setting of it was cringe. It was dark, it was eerie, and it's like he literally just went down this rabbit hole. And they had another guest on the show who even, she made sense when she said this. She was like, Not only did he go down the rabbit hole, he handled that interview like a true narcissist because it was everybody's problem but Tom Sandoval's. Accountability much? Absolutely not. Okay. He said if Brock and Raquel actually did hook up and that rumor was true, then he's just going to check in at a med spa. That's why we love James Kennedy. Love the clever play. He does not think that Tom and Ariana had an open relationship, which neither did Katie, apparently, at the end of the day. Those were some words that just got misinterpreted. I don't know if you want to say that they got twisted because Allie did cop up to what she heard and how she heard it from Katie. And Allie seems very level minded. She seems very aware. She seems like she's in the know as to what's going on. And she has no problem in these filming scenes. So I'm really enjoying Allie. And Katie might have had a couple tequilas or maybe even a little bit of wine and might have put something out there that she absolutely did not mean to. I'm guessing this is how I think that went down. I don't think Allie has a shit stirring bone in her body. But James knows for a fact that Raquel was not the first time that Tom ever cheated on Ariana, but he did not clarify as to who that other person would be. So we're just going to sit back and assume that it's most likely Miami Girl. However, we have heard that there were multiple other people, even someone who was a part of his band that ended up getting let go because they had an alleged affair. However, we don't know that, so that's all conspiracy theory. So we're not running with that one because there's enough affairs happening around this franchise. So James said about the mob mentality, expect people to be outraged when you act outrageous. He did clarify that you shouldn't be vandalizing people's homes. You shouldn't be attacking them. You shouldn't be putting their hands on them, which is sort of funny because the hypocrisy of it all when he's throwing drinks in Tom Schwartz's face. But he did note, I did the gentleman thing and I poured half of the drink out before I poured the other half into his face. So therefore, I am a gentleman. So thank you, James. We appreciate that. On top of that, he hopes they last when it comes to Tom Sandoval and Raquel's relationship because he just thinks about, the areas that they're going to have chaos in, like when they're laying in bed and they're trying to talk about each other's thoughts and when they're going out and doing things together. He thinks that this whole relationship is an absolute shit show with two people who obviously mentally cannot hold their own. Based off of what he's saying, I'm not saying they can't mentally hold their own, but he just thinks that it's going to be pretty much a circus in this relationship. So yes, for his own entertainment, he hopes they last. James found out about the whole Sandoval affair because she received a text from Ariana, or he received a text from Ariana late night. And then after he received the text from Ariana, it was like 2:00 in the morning or something like that. He woke up the next day. He read the text. He's like, there's no way that this is made up. Then he called Sheena. Sheena's like, I'm done with that girl. Never talking to her again. I unfollowed her. Then after that, he ended up calling Tom Schwartz. Tom Schwartz was like, man, I can't really talk about this over text. Can we just talk about this in person? And he's like, oh my God, Schwartz, get your head out of Sandoval's ass. And then from there, he said maybe he eventually had a conversation with Lala. I don't know if you guys watched James Kennedy on Watch What Happens Live last night, but if you did it, he definitely delivered. And now I just want to pick your brain about this, especially because Raquel ended up exposing herself last night. Well, on next week's episode, because after the beach party, she went back to Tom Sandoval's house, sat in the hot tub with Tom, and ended up drinking, getting drunk, to the point where the next morning she was late, an hour and a half late to her shift at SUR. And Lisa asked her, why were you late? And she said, well, listen, I was late because I ended up getting a little drunk last night and I stayed with Tom Sandoval at his house. But I slept on the couch. Nothing happened. Which is not anything that any of us are believing at this point. Honestly, it probably happened right there in Ariana and Tom's bed just because, well, it's his bed too. We've heard his side of the story. And then out of all of this, Ken is the one who ends up bringing this information and dropping it in Katie's lap just to let the whole cast run like rapid fire with it. I'm living for it. I love a good shady Ken and Lisa moment. Guys, go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. And before you go, don't forget to do all the YouTube things like smashing the like button, getting subscribed, and have a beautiful Thursday. Bye, guys.